Warning, the following audio transmission will forever change your outlook on society. You will no longer believe the narrative. You are about to wake up and see things for what they really are. News, facts, and opinions. This is the Doom Daily Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Doom Daily Show. I am your host, Jester Dooms. The email, doomdailyshow@gmail.com. Everywhere on social media at Jester Dooms. The website, www.jestersvoice.com. Go to the website, use the audio button at the top of the webpage, and leave us an audio message. I hope everybody's having a very good morning. It is morning on March 11th, 2026. And joining me once again, because this sucker is still in town, so what if?
Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Having some lovely pineapple juice this morning. It's quite delicious.
Having a little hot tea over here.
Right? So, ladies and gentlemen, forgive me for missing a couple episodes this week and, forcing some reruns upon you. Our main goal and focus for this adventure was to get as much done as physically possible, which requires a lot of running, which requires me not to be sitting in front of a computer or behind a microphone. So we're trying. We're doing what we can with the time frames we have, and it's just been a lot, and it's going to continue to be a lot till So What If goes to the airport, and then I will be able to breathe a sigh of relief because it'll be a lot less, I guess you could say, a lot less busy.
Yeah, you won't have me cracking the whip anymore.
Well, so it's a weird combination of things. It's you saying, hey, there's stuff we got to do. You're keeping me on task. But at the same time, it's like, I don't always have help. Right. So I'm trying to utilize the time as wisely as possible, even though I find myself banging my head against the wall sometimes trying to figure out a game plan for something we wanted to do. And then there's always these like weird things that arise.
Oh, like trying to find water.
Trying to find trailer tires.
Yeah.
Clearing areas we didn't think we were going to be clearing.
Right. Which in water.
Yeah. So there's that. So it's been a really busy week, and we're going to tell you guys all about it on the show. Anyway, the main premise and goal of So What If flying up and coming to town was to help me work on the campground and get that going. But that was pretty much stifled immediately due to time frame issues with another company coming out here to do work on the house foundation. So we spent 4 days working on the house foundation, which ate into the time we were supposed to devote down at the campground, right? Today was our first full day down there, and we did make headway.
Some, yes.
Some, okay. And I think that it's if we just focus on a task at hand, I think we'll achieve that goal. It's just one of those things. You start getting into stuff, and you know there's complications or issues that arise with a plan, and you try to work through it and problem solve it the best you can, and you can't always, I guess.
And it eats up time.
It does eat up time. So we've been adding a lot to the plate that was already full. We are now attempting to find springs on the property, ones that we can make by hand. Basically, we're trying to locate shallow water within hillsides that's not shallow water. We're trying to locate water within hillsides that's not too deep under the ground to therefore pipe them in to have natural flowing springs, which, if you would see the terrain here and the changes in elevation, I definitely think it's 100% possible. When we are at the top elevation to the bottom elevation, it is a 400 foot elevation change. That's deeper than most people's wells. So if we cut into a hillside enough, we just might find a aquifer.
Yep.
Yeah. So there you go. Could be good.
And how do we find these said springs?
So apparently So What If is a water witcher, which I think is absolutely fantastic.
Not what you said earlier.
I think it's a lot of malarkey. Okay. I think it's a lot of voodoo witchcraft is what I think it is. Okay. I've seen these videos online with these guys with these sticks walking around, and they swear it works. Like, they swear. And I ended up watching a video. Some doomsday prepper somewhere was trying to do a well or something. And he had the water witcher come out. And this guy's saying he's finding water everywhere. They're not finding water anywhere. And it was like, I got a little bit more into the research of it. It said it's a fictitious science is how it read. So if your water witching actually works and we see this come out to be a correct thing, we actually do hit water, I will be pretty damn surprised.
Well, it works for underground utilities.
Which is when I find that to be more baffling.
If there's a flow of current or water or sewer, it for some reason it just turns, or a pipe of water or electricity, like a phone line or power line, it would just sit there and it would just, the witch stick will just turn.
Witchcraft, it's in the name.
Yes.
Anyway, so if this does work and we do locate water, we've got it in our heads that we're going to install one of these springs, which I think will be just great in general, just for the idea of having one on the property anyway. The aesthetic side of it, and just another fresh water source, I think is also fantastic. So
dropping into a whiskey barrel basin.
Call it a day.
Yep. Fresh water for all the campers.
I think it's a great, fantastic idea. And it has been, I guess you could say, kind of a daunting task as well, trying to figure out, the regulations with the county as far as what we can do and well permits and all these things. But if it's already there,
we're not digging nothing.
Right. If it's already there, it's already there. We're not bringing out a drilling rig and going 400 feet, 250 feet into the ground to find an aquifer. We're literally just poking a hole in a hillside and, oh, bam, look, water.
Oh, it's kind of like how they found oil.
Right.
In people's backyard.
Right. So there you go. Anyway, we'll be right back after these messages.
Need a break from reality? Well, sometimes I do too. And the place I go to take that break is the Beans and Weenie Show. You can find the link at linktree.com/BWD crew. The Beans and Weenie Show, where chaos and common sense wage war and you get a front row seat.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Doom Daily Show. I'm your host, Jester Dooms. The email, doomdailyshow@gmail.com. Everywhere on social media at Jester Dooms. Website, www.jestersvoice.com. You're going to want to go there because something new got released. And I said big things were coming, and here it is. Last year, I got a wild hair up my ass due to circumstances that surrounded another affiliate deal that I had that made me want to start my own apparel company, my own line of my own brand, so to speak. Now, this, if you guys remember, I was a big Reaper apparel pusher. I was big affiliates. I would communicate with the owner of the brand. He's actually came on my other show. Like, he's a good guy. I like what he stood for. I liked his message and I liked the clothing he sold. So I pushed it all the time. It was a good brand to support, even though it was something out of my wheelhouse of what we typically would advertise on the other show. But they are on hiatus. They are not currently producing any more clothing line. The clothing line, until further notice, is shut down. So this kind of made me sad because I'm like, man, I can't get my cool shirts anymore. I can't get my cool gear. Like, I want these shirts and things, and I can't get them anymore. That sucks. I was like, well, you know what? Maybe I'll have to just start making my own. And thus, Apocalyptic Apparel Co. was born. The idea was born, and it is now a real thing. And you can go to the website, www.jestersvoice.com, and order yourself an Apocalyptic Apparel t-shirt. And there will be continuous shirts dropping on the website periodically. So you're going to want to go there if you want to get some of this awesome Apocalyptic Apparel. And you actually have a shirt.
I do.
And he wore it. We wore them together. We probably look like queers, but whatever, dude.
We don't need matching shirts for that.
No, we don't. But my wife also, she's got one. She was rocking it today. They look good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the designs are cool. The name is cool. It's a cool thing. So I'm pretty stoked on that and pretty happy about that. But I figured since this is kind of a weird episode tonight where we're just kind of shooting the shit, I figured I would throw that out there. So, Apocalyptic Apparel, go to my website, jestersvoice.com. Get yourself a t-shirt today before we get greedy and decide to increase the prices.
Or supplies run out.
Or supplies run out. That's also true, too. Supplies could run out, right?
Because there may be limited editions.
There will be limited editions. Yeah. So, yeah.
Check the website.
Check the website. And also, on that note, we are talking about, for the diehard listeners, potentially putting a Doom Daily shirt on there as well. So if you would like a Doom Daily shirt, make sure you're periodically checking back on the website to obtain one of those. Yeah.
Now, if people want to just subscribe, how would they do that? Or what would they be... What would they get out of a possible subscription?
So we're working on a subscription deal right now where you could actually sign up and get the new T-shirt sent to you monthly. We're still working out the kinks, but it'll basically be you sign up, you pay a moderately cheap monthly fee, and you will get your new T-shirt shipped to you monthly when they drop. So basically, the reality is the idea is we want to come out with a new T-shirt design every month, have it hit the website. If you are like, man, I want all these cool designs, when you start seeing them roll out, if you just simply sign up for the subscription we got coming out, you will just get these shirts sent to you in the mail as soon as they drop.
You may get them before.
Yeah, that would also be a cool thing, too. Maybe you get them before they drop. Or maybe they'll at least be in the mail by the time they hit the website.
Exactly.
You know, we're only one man, right? We're all riding producer Scooter's coattails here.
Yeah, well, it takes a village.
It does. Speaking of producer Scooter, you're looking mighty fine tonight over there. I don't know why you're only wearing a vest and nothing else, but that's okay. Cheers. Anyway, so the long and the short of it is the Apocalyptic Apparel is up and running. It is out. It is legit. It is there. So if you wanted to support the show or help us out, this helps keep us going. All proceeds go to me and Scooter. The end. Yeah. So on our agenda for today is to, like we said, go hunt down if this water's actually correct. So a very interesting thing that we found a couple interesting things in the woods yesterday. One being a random, oddly placed bag of rocks.
A most recent bag of rocks.
Right. So somebody had I don't even know how you would describe that bag. It's a green tote bag. Very similar to what they might give you at a bookstore if you're buying books, or at a gift shop if you're buying gifts, or almost like the reusable grocery bag type things. You know, it almost like that crappy almost paper material. Yeah.
Plasticky paper.
Yeah, like that weird kind of bag. So just for the sake of thinking, biodegradable things like that, it couldn't have been there very long. But this bag was filled to the brim with random rocks from the creek. And I'm assuming they're from the creek because I also found glass with the rocks that was worn down from the water. So some random person is coming through my property collecting rocks, which is very odd. I don't know. And they were on a hillside, hidden behind a tree.
Just happened to see it.
How
many times did we go by it yesterday?
Enough.
And the day before?
It blended really well.
It has green.
Right. So, it kind of got us wondering, what is the significance of that? Is that some kind of, voodoo? What's up with that?
Is that witchcraft too?
A bag of rocks on a north-facing hill somewhere? Does that mean something? If anybody out there is actively practicing voodoo, let us know. Send us an email.
Do we need to put them back?
Do we need to put the rocks back? Should we have counted the rocks? There's a lot of factors here with these just random bag of rocks.
Yes, and the significance of the size of the rock.
There was all different sizes.
Yes.
I don't know. Maybe somebody started a rock collection. They just got too lazy to carry them out of the woods and said, I'll put them by the tree. I'll come back for them later.
Got too tired of carrying it.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was. So I don't want to walk through. Who the fuck wants to walk around with a bag of rocks?
Person who collected them.
I guess. Joke's on them. We dumped out their collection and threw their bag away.
That's right.
So also another interesting find we found, and I there's might be related to something else. I don't know. So as we're out in the woods, I'm digging with the excavator, and I dig down. I pull my bucket up, and there's something on the end of my bucket. Like, what the hell is that? I see water dripping, and I don't know what I just hit. Right, like I don't know why there's water dripping. I don't know what's going on, and I just see something hanging off the end of my bucket. Well, I flick the bucket back and forth, and I see a container fall down and hit the ground. And it's a blue container, and I could see that I knocked the lid off of it. So when I was digging, so I could see that there's stuff in it, and I'm not sure what's in it. So I'm like, I'll ignore it. I'll keep digging. I'll come back to it later. So I wait till old So What If comes over. I was like, hey, you got to get a video of me going through this in case we find something really cool. Anyway, it turned out to be like a whey protein container. Okay, with a couple different random items in it. First off was a pack of gum dating back to 2012. So
that was the expiration date.
That was the expiration date. So
2011?
Maybe. Who knows? I don't know. Anyway, so there was gum in there, which was interesting when you consider the other items that were in there. So there was a bunch of maxi pads in there. I think like 4 or 5. There was an entire bottle of hydrogen peroxide. There was another bottle of isopropyl alcohol.
Sealed bottle.
Sealed bottles. These were new bottles, sealed. Okay. And then there was a little first aid kit that did not consist of much except for a few Band-Aids, a metal pair of tweezers, and iodine wipes. Now, these things are really odd, and, I think it's a hooker kit, that had to be down there for like 14-ish years, maybe longer. I posted this on TikTok. Somebody suggested that the maxi pads do not signify whether or not it's a female because those could be used to patch a wound. But I think that if you're gonna go through here's where I'm at. If you're gonna go through the time of buying a bottle of alcohol, buying a bottle of peroxide, and if this was mainly for a first aid thing, I would think that you would put some gauze in there, gauze pads,
right?
Maybe some wrap. You'd put other things in there if this was like a trauma kit that you were hiding somewhere, right?
Right.
And then it beats all to hell when you factor in the gum being in there. And then when you think about the iodine being in there, that's another thing too.
That's more for punctures.
Well, yes, but also like there is the idea for whatever reason, if you clean, and like this is like an old school nurse trick I found out about. If you have a patient that is bleeding and you can't get that blood to clot, for whatever reason, if you put some iodine around the wound area, it'll promote clotting.
Really?
For whatever reason, it does. I don't know. And I just learned this like a year or so ago. I did not know this. Yeah, so just very, very interesting. I think hooker kit. That's what I think. Hooker kit. But who knows?
Shoot up kit?
Shoot up kit, hooker kit. I don't know. It's just odd. You'd have all these random things and then a pack of gum. Yeah.
To keep the breath fresh.
Right. For the hooking.
Yep. And the sucking.
Yeah, exactly. Now, to go into this a little bit more, there used to be a very large tree in this area that has since fell down and rotted away and has been down for a long time. It's been down for many years now, at least 6 or 7 years since that tree has fallen. Anyway, this tree had very odd carvings on it, okay, in the area that this hooker kit was found, right? Now, the symbols that were carved into this tree were very bizarre symbols. They were not like a written language. They were just symbols, like pluses and A's over moons and like weird half circles, like nothing that would signify English, nothing that would signify another language. So either some alien extraterrestrial symbology, or maybe something like weird in the witchcraft culture or weird in that voodoo realm. Like I'm telling you, like I'm on this witchcraft voodoo kick today. It was all that shit was carved on that tree, and there was nothing significant about anything that was written, just these weird symbols just etched in all over the tree. Now, I kind of think if somebody, now this might be the most logical answer. This person was down there with their little kit thing, right?
Right.
And they're down there shooting up and they're getting stoned to shit. They're eating mushrooms or whatever, and they're just carving random things that they're seeing in their mind onto the tree. They're just having a good old trip, and they're over there like, wow, pretty symbols. But so also the other thing that's significant about that's right where that little island pops out at.
That's right.
Which would be a great spot to hang out at,
Mm-hmm.
right? Especially if you were tripping balls. All right. So maybe that was their little hangout area. There could be other shit stashed around there.
We may just have to take a look.
I think it would be really fun to go down there with a metal detector and poke around.
Ooh.
Especially since now that one area is completely cleaned out. Yeah. That might be something worth doing, is going down there with the metal detector. I just got to remember where I put it from last time. It's in here, isn't it?
It was.
It might still be.
I don't know if it's still in here. You had it over there. I think you may have.
I think it was up there. I don't know. We'll have to look at it.
That's a to be continued item.
Right. So if we could locate the metal detector, maybe we could go poke around in that area, see what we can't find. I'm sure we will find some things, but anything of significance. Because what if that person had like one of those little like metal lock boxes buried with shit in it? I mean, if we found that, there's a good chance there's other things hiding down there.
So that's going to deter us from what we need to do.
Only slightly. Only slightly.
Well, I know this slightly business just takes us 2-3 hours out of the way.
It does. Anyway, but yeah, that's the long and the short of the adventures that we've been having. You got anything that you want to contribute?
More restaurants need limes.
More restaurants need limes. All right. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, because we do not have news topics to cover, we are going to cut it out of here a little bit early tonight. Producer Scooter, thank you for everything it is that you do. And we will see you guys back here hopefully tomorrow for another exciting episode of the Doom Daily Show. Producer Scooter, if you would, hit that button, sir.
News, facts, and opinions. This is the Doom Daily Show.